Good afternoon, everyone. I'm here today to share with you how I dye yarn. Today I am using Peyton's Croy sock yarn. It's a 75% washable wool and 25% nylon. I got it on clearance at Hobby Lobby, originally $7.99 down to $1.99. It's 166 yards, a super fine one. And after I unroll it out of the skein, I put it on my niddy noddy. The niddy noddy is made out of PVC pipe, and it only cost a couple of dollars to make. And it works very well. The middle piece, I have a shorter piece and a longer piece, so I can control how long I want my hank to be. Take it off my niddy noddy. This is how it will look, and I tie it in several different spots with some cotton yarn so it doesn't dye well, so I can know where to take it off. And I pre-soak it in, depending on the weight of the yarn too, in about 6 to 8 cups of water with a cup or half a cup of distilled white vinegar. And I let it pre-soak for about an hour, 30 minutes to an hour. And then I dye it with food coloring. And we will get to that next. My yarn is soaking and I have 26 minutes left on the timer. I had set it for 40 minutes. And it doesn't take very long. It's a thin weight yarn, so another 26 minutes and I can dye it. While I wait for my yarn to soak, I set up my food coloring because it's the safest way to dye yarn, I believe. I have different assortment of type of dyes that I use. Not dyes, food coloring dye. And I have mint green, teal, and pink. And once my yarn gets finished, I will show you how I do it. Alrighty, the yarn is fully saturated. I had to soak it 50 minutes and it is ready to dye. I have pink, teal, and mint green, and what I do is I just squirt it on and then do like that. Make sure the yarn is covered in color on the top and the bottom. And it's always good to keep paper towels handy. And sometimes if the colors run in together, it creates other colors, which is interesting.
And can I ask a question? Did you mix the food coloring with vinegar or water to dye with?
Just water.
Just water, okay.
That is my mother asking the questions. She's doing a good job at holding my camera for me.
Or I'm trying to anyway. Sorry guys if I get shaky at all. I'm going to move up so I couldn't really see the green.
I got into dyeing yarn during the pandemic, and it has become one of my new favorite hobbies. And I always use food coloring because there's no chemicals. It's safest. You can always go back and use the pot that you heated in. It's food safe. So that is always, I think, the best route. I'm going to finish dyeing this, and then I will show you what I do when I put it in the pot to heat it. Thank you. And here is the yarn. It is finished. And now I'm going to wrap it up in the cellophane. And I use a pot and a steamer basket. You want to try to get all the air out of it when you wrap it up so it holds in the color. Okay, and I've heated my water. I got it hot, but not boiling. And I just lay it on the steamer basket, kind of level. I don't have the water very high temperature, but you want to steam it for about 45 minutes to let the color set. And that is very important with food color. I leave it around about 4 and then let it go for about 45 minutes. And when it's done, I rinse it, or I let it sit until it gets to room temperature. And then after it gets room temperature, I rinse it with some dish soap, very little, and until the water runs clear. And when I get to that point, I will show you how it is. Okay, the yarn finished getting to room temperature, and now I'm just going to rinse it out. I got a little bit of soap. The water seems to be running clear, so that means all the dye took. No excesses is left. You never want to wring out your yarn. Always squeeze it out. It can damage the yarn. You see the tub is clear, so that's good. Now all that's left is to let it dry. The yarn got dry overnight. I let it sit. It's ready to be hanged up. Some of the colors are not showing true as on camera as what they are. The teal is a lot less dull. I mean, it's dull and it's more brighter in person. But where the teal and the pink meet, it made like a purple, kind of. I think it turned out good. But another channel that does wonderfully awesome tutorials is Kim Knits. And it's called Kim Knits Tutorials. Her name is Rebecca. She dyes yarn. She does very different methods, different techniques, and all of them are pretty good. And I love her channel, so go check her out. And I appreciate everyone for watching. Please give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and have a wonderful day. Thank you.